Hello and welcome back to Assetto Corsa with an Assetto Corsa live video. This is my first live video in over a year, not just in Assetto Corsa but just full stop. I have not done live streaming for over a year. I think last time I did a live stream would have been April 2020. Hopefully everybody who's going to join me today is going to be enjoying the stream. Of course, this is going to be a viewer directed stream, so we are playing Assetto Corsa, but you get to control the cars, the tracks and the weather, provided that the track isn't a ridiculously long track. But the cars, the tracks and the weather. Mr. Leo, thank you very much for joining. It's been a while. In fact, I was actually looking, the last stream I did, you were featured on there. Nice time with the Switzerland-Spain match. Did Spain win? I'm not actually sure whether Spain actually were winning, because last time I checked, I'm not sure whether Spain were winning. The sound of the engine is drowning my voice. I thought it might, so I'm just going to dull that back just a little bit more. Perhaps that will be a little bit better for speech. Again, it's been a year since I've been doing this. I probably should check whether Spain won or not. And since it is now 8 o'clock, I think I should probably get on to, well, actually quit the replay. And Switzerland, Spain was heartbreaking. Okay, so that means Spain did win. And now I believe it's Italy versus Belgium or something, isn't it? Right, let's get out of this. And here we go. Unfair red card on a Swiss player. Okay. Exia, nice of you to join in. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be making things go boom today. Nothing breaks in today's, sadly. Nice to see you, though. Completely outside of what we normally do, which is basically trying to kill each other in very elaborate ways. So, okay. Since I've not done live streaming in a long time, I've really got to get back into this. We're going to be picking cars, tracks and weather. So I suppose since there are I think 4 people watching, leave it in the comments right now, on the chat right now. Let's start with car. Let me bring up the cars, or drive you insane. Yeah, all that. Here's the cars. Pick your brand. Although to be fair, you could drive me insane through the chat anyway. Just going to point that one out. So let's pick a brand. I believe that if I go into this properly, there we go. There should be something like a 4-second delay, no more than that. So let's say you can start with a Lotus. Lotus works. There we go. Let's pick the Lotus. Now the one track that I would like to not drive on today is the Nordschleife, given that I do the Nordschleife challenge. And we've got a Subaru as well. Okay, so we've got a Lotus first, then a Subaru. Let's have a look at what Subarus I've got. This one I would like to try. I've never tried that one. I think one of these is bugged. It was not a proper mod, so I'd have to take a look at that. But we'll start with the Lotus, then we'll try the Scooby. So let's. One of the Lotus, which Lotus do I really like? I do particularly like this one. I'm quite a fan of this particular Lotus. So now we need to pick a track and a colour. That colour is the one I used for the Nordschleife challenge. I actually made it that colour intentionally. So let's see. Also, the chat is really small. I guess that's what happens when you have it on a screen that's 2 foot away on a 15-inch screen. I suppose that not ideal, not ideal at all. Let's pick a colour. Like I said, I used that green before. That was for the actual. What do you mean we're small? Yeah, the chat is tiny and far away. That's what happens. Like I said, completely new setup for when I've never streamed with this setup before. I think if only there was a way to increase the font of the chat, but I can still read it fairly well. Right. Oh dear. Oh dear. Leo in Empyrean. Oh, that's an ugly colour. Who would paint a car that colour? That's bad. That's really bad. Now the delay, I'm hoping the delay on this stream is no more than 5 seconds. I've been trying to work it out. So this is British Racing Green. This is not. This is right. Let's just pick a colour. Probably a favourite truck. It is stunningly good. Let's. Oh, I cannot. An understated colour. A deep red. Why not? Let's give it a go. Let's give that a go, and let's pick a track. Please pick a track. Ah, your exams are finally over. That's always good news. Right, so we need to pick a track. Some of these tracks are not working properly, as you can see. Alton Park, I don't think I've got that working right, and Road Atlanta. There's a couple that are a bit messy, but they should. I think most of these tracks should be fine. Zandvoort, okay, Zandvoort it is. I'm really badly. This is going to be really bad. And lastly, pick your weather. Zandvoort, Lotus Exige, which weather? I should point out the snow weathers aren't that great at the moment, and obviously you don't want super fog, but we've got a nice set of weather here. Well, good drivers drive well in the rain, right? Okay, let's give it some. Let's give it some light rain. Does the rain work well? Oh, you'll see. Let's give this a check. I've not checked every single track for the rain, so I guess we can give it a go. Let's give the rain a go and see what it brings to this. That's the last time I drove on Zandvoort. That's what I was driving the last time. Apparently the rain does work well. We're not going to go semi-slicks, we're going to go that, and you know what? Why should we have traction control? It's rain, we don't need traction control. And I guess we can go for this one. Assetto Corsa always looks good when it's modded. So hopefully everything's quite clear there. Let's switch on some lights. Should we go full beams? Might as well go full beams. I guess we need to get probably going to need that on. There we go. That shouldn't drown me out. Okay, Zandvoort, a track I do not know well. So now I'm not sure if the shaders patch has yet got the sliding around. First off, really got to get used to this track. Oh, this mod has really improved. Right, so good drivers always do well in the rain, so I'm almost guaranteed to crash right about now. There you go. Told you. I have no... I know the track roughly, but not very well at all. Oh, Subaru gang. Ganging up on me. Also, note to self, be careful, do not keep watching the chat whilst driving, at least not too much anyway. I really like this car. This is one of the best, oh dear, best cars I've driven in Assetto Corsa. It's a shame that I'd really like to be able to get a hold of this car in real life. I really would. Whoa, it's a bit slippery. Just a little bit. Hopefully my voice over the car is absolutely fine. To be fair, I think it should be, because this car is pretty quiet, so it should be completely and utterly okay over the car. Now I just need to start. Right, let's get settled in a little. Zandvoort. So last time I drove at Zandvoort would have been 1.5 years ago. Oh, this car's really good on the brakes. If you crash, just blame it on the chat. Yeah, I can do that. I can certainly blame it on the chat. So obviously still racing with my trusty G27. That corner again, same corner. That was quite a ridiculous crash, but same corner again. So I think that corner tightens up a lot more than I think it would. Note to self, maybe check track map so you can figure out where exactly you're supposed to be going. Even that corner, a lot of these corners tighten up more than you'd think. Obviously in the rain it doesn't make it any easier. I think the rain sounds are just a tad quiet, but not too shabby overall. I think I do need to work a little bit more on again, this is a corner that tightens up a lot more than one would think as well. Leo, why did you make me pick Zandvoort? Well, I guess that's the challenge here. Forget Nordschleife challenge, Zandvoort challenge. I can get through every corner of the Nordschleife at high speed without crashing, and yet I cannot get through Zandvoort without binning the car. No, come on. No. It's a beautiful day to see the scenery. Oh yes, this is a great day, this is. This is exactly what we want to see around Zandvoort. Just driving around in heavy rain. That makes all the sense in the world. Well, it's not even heavy rain, it's just rain. What I find incredible is that this is Assetto Corsa. That is what I find incredible about this thing. Assetto Corsa has wet tracks, rain, wipers, indicators. It's got advanced physics, realistic mirrors, tyre deformation. All of this, all in a title that is some 7 years old. That, okay, come on. That is what you call incredible. Like this title, it has. I think they're working on I think there's ray tracing they're working on for this as well now. Some of the modders. And I know that they've announced Assetto Corsa 2, and with Assetto Corsa 2, I'm a little bit concerned because I'm worried they will not sort of stick to the ideas. This is a much faster corner than I think. They're going to maybe not stick to the core of what made Assetto Corsa, and that's really the modding. And if they get rid of the modding, I really think Assetto Corsa 2 is going to flop. That's my opinion. Now, yes, I will be purchasing Assetto Corsa 2. If you want Derail Valley I've got Derail Valley, just not played it enough. I've done a little bit. They'd be fools. Well, do you remember what happened on the Kunos website with Assetto Corsa? They stopped allowing you to put any sorts of mods, whether they were, you know, illegal mods, which fair enough, but completely legal mods or any mod discussion or anything. They prevented all of that. At least it's not like Project Cars 3. That's bad. Project Cars 3 is bad. I'm starting to get the hang of Zandvoort, I think. A little. Having to take a bit of a wet line because you can see that there are puddles in a lot of places, so having to be a little bit more careful than I would want to be. And obviously it's still a bit hard to see. Major Magna, nice to see you. I'm glad you could make it for a stream. It's very rare you managed to make it for one of my streams. I say that's very rare for you to make it to one of my streams. It's very rare for me to stream. Clearly. Right, faster corner than I think. There we go. So why do I like this car so much? I think one of the biggest things about this car is that it's a supercar. It feels like a supercar, but it's a manual and it's modern, and that is something that's very hard to come by nowadays. It's got everything that you need from a sporty or supercar style. It's really quick as well. Obviously the 8 minutes, what was it, 8 minutes 2 on the Nordschleife, that's nothing to be sniffed at. Yes, okay, it isn't Ferrari 458 quick, but I mean, this is probably more fun than an M4. Maybe not as practical as an M4, but certainly more fun than an M4. And yes, it is a Lotus, so I know it doesn't have that BMW premium, but still. Leo, what do you think? Getting faster, or just not really making much headway here? Still cutting that not cutting that well enough. There we go. Whoa, sliding. Wow, that gravel slows you down so much. You haven't seen a single crash, so that's a win. Well, that's always a win. That gravel really slows you down. How do AI manage rain? Well, I'll tell you what. After we drive the Subaru, I'll show you a short, maybe if I can get a TCR race. That wasn't a crash, that was just a little off. I'll see if I can do a TCR race, and if I've got the mod set up for it, and we'll see what we get from that TCR, what the AI are like, or maybe even I might set up a little bit of a GT3 race in the rain. I think there's a new app for Sol where you can change the weather, and I might try and set that up as well. It might be worth me testing that new app. So obviously I normally run the beta versions, alpha and beta versions of Sol, and similar to the shaders patch, I run the alpha and beta versions of the shaders patch. So with that, sometimes things do not work quite as well as I would maybe think they're supposed to work or anything like that. So I've put on, I'm still running a beta version, or an untested version anyway, of the shaders patch, but I have swapped out for a better version, or sorry, a better version, just the release candidates, release version of Sol. And the reason I've done that is so that I've got less of a chance of any problems occurring. That's the idea for this. Oh, that. Okay, I was going to try that. That didn't work. Right, let's go to the replay. Let's have a look at how this. I want to see how this looks in a replay, because I've not really seen. Oh, that's a lot of rain. I'm going to say that's a lot of rain. Do you know what I'm like? I like this is how I take my photos, by the way. So let's say I want to go down the start-finish straight. There we go, there, maybe there. You don't know a whole lot about cars, and even less about Assetto Corsa. Well, it's you can always just pick a car and just enjoy what's going on. Let's see what this pans out to look like. Bit not fantastic really. It's not too bad. Maybe if I did something like that. This isn't too bad. I'm just going to save one picture here anyway, and just because I'll probably come back to this after, I'll save that. Let's exit. It's kind of like real life. I think that is a very much an Assetto Corsa thing. Let's go ahead and take a look at the Subaru Impreza. Now this one I've seen quite a few people drive, so I want to see what it is like. Good evening, Ace Pumpkin. Alright, hopefully you guys are doing well. So, we've picked the Subaru since that was requested. Now all we need to do is pick a track. So if someone wants to pick a track... If somebody wants to pick a track, that would be awesome. And please don't pick the Nordschleife, because the Nordschleife is the one track I will not be racing on today. We're trying to keep shorter tracks if possible. That would be the ideal part. Okay, do I have that? Yes, I do. Huh. I don't think I've driven this. I'm not sure when the last time I drove this track is. This is going to be interesting. This is going to be very interesting, but there we go. Okay, so we've got a Subaru, and let's go for, what kind of weather are we looking at? Pick the weather as well. So we've had a bit of rain, which was fine, and now we're going to see what we can do here. Sunny Italy. Sunny Italy works for me. Few clouds. There we go. Doesn't matter really the time of day, but there we go. That works. Sunny Italy it is. Let's see what this car is capable of. on sunny Italy. That's not sunny Italy. That's not sunny Italy. There we go. That's sunny Italy. Right. Let's give this one a go. A1 ring, yeah, it's now the Red Bull ring. Hey, that sounds pretty good. Oh, one thing that I forgot to do is switch off traction control. I mean, that could really help. And put it on street tyres, because oh, this car doesn't have traction control, never mind. No traction control, and street tyres, because that is how you really enjoy a car. We can try the A1 ring after this. So I don't know this track at all, so you're going to have to bear with me. And also, hang on a minute. Oh dear, so every now and then my steering wheel decides to. Every now and then my steering wheel will decide to lock itself to 180 degrees. It's a bug that I've seen in Assetto Corsa just a few times now. And normally a restart, very quick restart, seems to fix it up. There we go, that's better. So I'm not sure why that happens, but it does. Right, so let's see if I can do a few laps of this track. The last corner is crucial, so that was the last corner. Oh, this car sounds good. As an Englishman, I feel bad saying I hated Silverstone. I really like Silverstone, but I will say I do not particularly like the new style Silverstone, i.e. the 2009 onwards. I much prefer the 1990s up to 2008 Silverstone, with bridge corner and everything. How have I never ever been on this track? I actually think I have never ever raced this track in my life. So that's weird. That's really weird. Right. Braking at the 100-meter board sounds, yep, looks about right. Oh, that's a. So that's got a double corner. Oh, it's a triple. Okay. And then is this straight onto the back straight? No, it's okay. So really need to cut in a little bit more there. This must be onto the back, onto the front straight. Sorry. It is. Okay. This is a nice Subaru. I like these Subarus. This corner's tighter than I think. Okay, so this is the tighter corner. This is probably the tightest corner, aside from the chicanes. This is probably the tightest corner on the track. Yeah, this is it's a nice little track. I wouldn't say I like the track that much. Actually, this is the tightest corner on the track, it seems. I'm not going to say that this track is amazing, because it's a bit, I think, dynamically it's got a very nice flow, but I think it isn't very exciting. The track feels quite flat, not very enjoyable overall in terms of maybe being on the edge, but it has a really nice flow to it. So, okay. So it's 1, 2, and then 3. Ace Pumpkin, one question for you: Is this track in Assetto Corsa Competizione? I feel like I might have driven this in that. I think. Oh, this corner's still tighter than I think. Very slow corners. It does have very slow corners. But to tell you what it does do is it gives you an appreciation for this car. Hey look, let's go rallying. That's what this car is designed to do, right? What I need is I need a handbrake. That is what I need. I need to grab myself a handbrake. No, it's not. Okay, so I've definitely not driven this track before. It's just that final section just seemed a little bit slightly familiar, but only that final section. The rest of this track doesn't seem familiar in the slightest. Oh, slightly too slow there. So it's the first and second are quite open. The third one requires, it tightens up quite significantly, and then over here what you want to do is you want to hug the inside and try and keep it a little bit on this side so that you can line up for this and then get it out of there. Oh, I'd love to see GT3 cars try to get around here, that's for sure. It's a decent little track. Again, not, I wouldn't say one that I particularly like. That's a bit of a late apex there, but it does have really nice. It does have a really nice flow. And that I do appreciate in a track. Put it this way, still beats Abu Dhabi. Speaking of which, has anyone seen the new Abu Dhabi track layout? So what they've done is they've taken what's looked to be an overtaking spot and removed the overtaking spot by making it a much more rounded corner. It just doesn't make any sense. No sense whatsoever. I just wish it to be honest, I wish it just removed that track from the calendar. I think it's just not a very nice track overall. I think Kimi Raikkonen said it best when he said Sector 1 is okay, but Sector 2 and 3 are, yeah, just a little bit pants really. I think I'm doing alright on this track for having never been on the track. Come on. Who designed the Abu Dhabi circuit? Was it Tilke? I have no idea who actually designed the track. Do they think overtaking is bad or something? It certainly seems that way. Like, you have tracks like Monaco, which obviously are not overtaking tracks in the slightest, but the difference with Monaco is that there's the beauty of Monaco is in qualifying really. Like, I think if they did a Monaco Grand Prix weekend where it was actually qualifying only and you had to post like 10 qualifying laps and your time would be averaged out of those 10 qualifying laps, I think that would be amazing. But in Abu Dhabi, you do not even have you do not even have that glory. Oh dear, that's wide. I thought so. What's the best track that Tilke has designed? I'm trying to think of the best track that Tilke's designed. I mean, I know I might be a little bit biased here, but I think that Britain has some of the best tracks in the world. That being said, I also think Spa-Francorchamps is amazing. The Nordschleife is also amazing, and Italy has fantastic tracks. But I do genuinely think that Britain has some of the greatest racetracks in the world. And then you've got a lot of these newer places. I say newer places, and their racetracks, it's like they're trying to capture the essence of racing and failing miserably at it. One exception I will say is the Circuit of the Americas. I will give Circuit of the Americas one that's a really nice track. Even though it sort of incorporates parts of lots of different tracks, it's still a really nice circuit. Donington Park is amazing. I really like Donington Park. I used to, when I was younger, there was so people in Britain will know this if they've ever been around the Midlands or know people in the Midlands or anything like that. We have obviously markets up and down the country. So you've got ones sort of like in Brixton and places in Brixton in London, and up north I think in York and stuff. But in Donington they used to have a Sunday market in Donington, and obviously it's a Sunday, so not only do you have a market, but you've also got sometimes it was a track day there. Sometimes people were racing there properly, motorbike racing, car racing, GT racing, or GT practice, things like that. And so occasionally, on very few occasions, my parents and I travelled when I was quite young to Donington Market, next to East Midlands Airport. And I used to be able to hear all these noises of these cars, and occasionally, I'd climb up the fence between the racetrack and the outside, the market area, and I'd climb up on the fence, or I'd get my dad to lift me up onto the fence, and I'd watch these tracks. I'd watch these cars racing around the track, and I thought, wow, this is an amazing racetrack. And to this day, I still think it is an amazing racetrack. I do not know that racetrack. Bilsterberg? I was going to say Bilsterborg. Yes, Bilsterborg. Like me or you'll be assimilated. No, Bilsterberg. I actually don't know about that. I think I've done a fair amount on this track. And I've done a fair amount in this car. Obviously, we want to try out a couple of other things. Let's see what's... It's just a square track. Really? Oh, wait, no, I got the joke. Bilsterborg. Just a square track. Is it green as well? Right, let's go into a replay on this, see what we've got. Exia, you should buy one of these. Rotaries, no. Next up, we're either doing Donington or the A1 ring, because I need to try some cars in the rain. We want to try AI in the rain. Yeah, that doesn't sound bad. Doesn't sound bad at all. Where's the car? Whoa, there's the car. This car's colour is fantastic. This car's colour truly is fantastic. And that is actually a fairly decent picture. And I didn't even have to change anything. Bilsterberg is an up and down circuit. I'm just going to quickly search Bilsterberg. Let's have a look. Bilsterberg. Oh, that looks like a good track. That looks like a really good track. 16, 17, 18, 19 corners. Nice flow to that. Some sharp, some nice sweeping ones. That's interesting. Makes you wonder why that sound of that car. You're getting a little bit of insight on how I oh, there goes some rallying. This is how I take the pictures. Nope, that's no good. I want to try and get one nicer photo of this car, but I don't know how and where I'm going to get it. I'll let you know. I'll certainly let you know, Ace Pumpkin. That's not too bad. It's sort of pushing a little. I guess I can do that, and then change the time of day offset. Lee, really good to see you. Give it slightly in the trees, just slightly. What do we get? No, I'm not sure if that looks. Might not look quite. It's not got quite the composition I'm after for this. Obviously, normally I take much longer with the photos, but we want to actually get things done today, so don't want to take too much time. Actually, that's good. That looks a bit better. Yeah, let's keep that. I'm sure I can do a bit of editing if I have to. Right, I'll save the replay and we shall move on. So we did want to know what the AI are like in the rain. So AI. Let's have a look at what vehicles I've got. Do I have the TCR? I still have the 2018 cars. I have not downloaded the latest. So what we will do instead is we're going to go race. We're going to pick TCR. I've got the old TCR cars, so they're not quite where they need to be in terms of quality, especially in the rain. Their wipers just do not work. So what we can do is we'll go. Major Magna was talking about the A1 ring. Austria. There we go. Why not? Why not? Where's my trusty McLaren? McLaren. There it is. Number 23. That's mine. Let's make it quite easy. 90 to 95%. That should be fairly easy, I'm hoping. Yep, that should do. Hopefully we'll get rain this weekend. What I want to try and do is let's do. I was going to do morning to night, but let's not do that. Let's do that. That's 15 laps. That should be about 15 minutes. No, it's going to be longer. 10 laps. It's saying 10 laps, 18 minutes roughly. That sounds about right. 16 opponents. That looks pretty good. I'm going to start with a few clouds, and then I'm going to see if I can set up a weather plan. This is going to be a good test for the weather plan on this. Oh look, gives me a nice track map as well. Obviously, we're racing here this weekend in real life. So let's see what we get. So really what I want to do is somehow pause the race, but we're not going to be able to pause it. So yeah, no, it's not going to pause that. You guys go, I don't really care. All laps. So weather, sol config. That isn't it. Where's the CSP apps? No. I'm sure there was an app in here somewhere. Sol plan selector. How do I make the plan? No. Okay, I have no idea how to do that. So we're just going to set straight to rain. I'm sure there was an app that for some reason... What's that noise? There was supposed to be an app, but I cannot find it. So let's go for just some light rain. I'm sure that they can manage some light rain. By the way, how's the stream going? Have we had any dropped frames or anything like that? I'm hoping not. I'm hoping it's a nice smooth 60 FPS the whole while through. Slick mediums will do for me. I know it's raining, but slick mediums will do, although it's not really raining clearly. Fuel, 30 litres, I suppose that's fine. Traction control, ABS. I'm just going to leave everything as it is. And ensure that... There we go. And let's see what we've got. I'm being swamped. Clearly I've not driven this car for a long time. Yep, slicks in rain, because I don't think we've actually got the... I don't think this track has got the proper wet weather effects enabled. So it doesn't... I think it doesn't really matter. Wow, that Mercedes just got in my way and just... That's horrible. Right, time to work my way back up the field. Let's see what we can do. This Mercedes is going to get in my way again. Come on. Now I'm used to driving Formula 1 cars around here, not GT cars. So I think one of the updates that will be coming will be looking at adding proper wet weather tyres onto this. So we'll see what happens. I don't know this track well enough on a GT car. This is not good. AI cars can't spin, it's no fun. I have no idea. I have seen the AI cars crash actually in wet weather, but I've seen them crash in dry weather too, so I'm not really sure. Now, if I can get past this guy and then start working my way up the field again, that's more like it. should be able to have him by the end of this. Right, note to self, not a Formula 1 car. Cannot brake like a Formula 1 car. So I need to really work out where this car needs to slow down. When's the last time I drove this car? I think some months ago is the last time I've driven this car. I'm glad there's only been a couple of instances of buffering. Yeah, I think one thing that I've noticed here, because it's light rain, we're not really getting spray. I've noticed the track isn't really that wet. Right. Let's go. Time to work my way up the field slowly. Slowly but surely. I'll take the Nico Rosberg line of just going straight there, and the Charles Leclerc line, and whoever else has done that in the past. It seems like about 125 meters is a good place for this car for braking for that corner. Oh, it's at turn 4, turn 5, I have no idea. But I know for a fact I'm very slow in this car because I've never driven this car around this track. Ever. Loss of traction. But case in point here. So clearly you can see the AI do absolutely fine in... They do absolutely 100% A-OK in this sort of situation. Now, once they get rain physics in, proper rain physics, I have no idea what's going to happen then. Not the right line there. I was looking forward to fighting up further up the field as well. Where has that Nissan disappeared to? No idea. Actually, 100 meters is a good place for that. Also, I'm fairly sure that this is... I've got this, my HUD setup in sort of a hot lap mode. Whereas I should probably have it in a race mode, telling me what the positions are and everything, because I have no idea what I'm doing here. I think it dropped well behind me. That was the faster car. This Mercedes was the slower one. That was interesting. It panicked when it saw a McLaren being driven by me. It's just like, oh dear, that is not good. Should probably have lights on this. Seems he's failing like usual. Hey, that's a bit rude. Welcome, sociopath. Hope you're alright. Am I sure you can do that? I am not, but there you go, look, the Nico Rosberg line. Does it work? It actually does work. Nice dynamic weather with the sun coming out. This is actually set, this isn't even set as full dynamic weather. So I really should have done this around something like the Nordschleife or Silverstone, or somewhere where I know this track. Not this place. I do think Ilya can do it. I think he can implement a wet track ability, because what I think he would do is similar to how you have a lessening of grip everywhere. You just start lessening the grip. So just like you have lesser grip, for example, on the rumble strips, on the side, on the green stuff, on the grass. I mean, not that green stuff, but the green stuff here, and then the grass, where you've got less grip. I think we've got a similar sort of concept. I think you could apply to this, to the tracks, and I think that is how we do it. That's my thinking anyway. Aquaplaning is hard to implement, I guess. So he's implemented puddles. So what you then need to do, obviously because it's light rain, you've got no puddles forming. I suppose what you would do then to implement aquaplaning is that on the parts where there are puddles, you just completely set the grip to nothing, or very, very, very low, and then that would potentially give you the aquaplaning effect. Obviously, if it was nothing, it'd be ice, so you'd want it to very low, and maybe that would be able to give you the equivalent of aquaplaning. I think that is what he would end up doing. I cannot be certain. I'm surprised I caught that. I've thought about track space. Well, the thing is, because there's no real weather in this game. Even the weather is a mod in this game. That is why I think there's no code that actually says, add the weather and do that. Basically, everything you're seeing here is all modded. Assetto Corsa is not capable of producing this kind of quality. It never was. That includes the lighting effects. We'll do a sort of an evening race next, or an evening drive, and I'll show you some of the lighting effects that we now have. And it's certainly nothing that you'd see in stock Assetto Corsa at all. I see cars. I've got 3 laps to try and catch 2 cars there. Interesting. I wonder. Doubt I can catch them, but you never know. Well, I'm catching them fairly quickly. I'm catching them very, very quickly. Did you race ACC in the wet? I have. I have raced ACC in the wet. I gave it a quick go. I've not done many hours in Assetto Corsa Competizione at all. But yes, it's a very different thing, because I think in project cars, all they do is they just lower the grip across the board. But obviously in the Assetto Corsa Competizione, the way they lower the grip is it's lowered in a specific way and off a line, and the puddles are different, and there's a lot more going on, and obviously the volume of water also affects the way the car would turn or anything like that, which is awesome. Hey look, battle has been joined. I've caught up to these two. focus just a little bit now. Don't want to go into the back of them, but I do want to overtake them, since we're coming up to the final lap. BMW drivers, I swear they never let you past. Yeah, that's true. BMW drivers. He just went clean outside of the bounds of the track to overtake me. What on earth? Where is your DRS? 404, DRS not found. I have no idea what place I'm in, by the way. Probably like 10th, maybe? Right, leader I'm guessing is starting the final lap soon. Since that was lap 9 of 10 that we're on. Uh-oh. I felt that. Hooray for losing all the time. Couldn't press the brakes hard enough there. So, lap 10, we've got to try this now, again. I should be able to catch them once again and pass them. This time, maybe be a bit more aggressive on the BM. But not that aggressive. That's a bit terrible. (911R) Lake Louise, yeah, I can certainly do that if my Lake Louise still works. I hope it still works. 911R Lake Louise works for me. Come on, come on, come on. I mean, admittedly, once I got to these guys, we had some. Here we go, job done. The AI in this can be pretty easy. They just leave the door open. If you... Okay. I say job done and I've gone straight off again. Same corner, same problem. That's fine. I was going to say the AI in this can be quite easy, but then I can also be a complete idiot driving. Again, my defence. I know my car, I most certainly do not know the track in this car. But still, not too bad. (13th place. That was, what position did I start in? 10th? No idea. Okay, so there's that, and if we quickly go to a replay. Yeah, it wasn't wet enough to really bring up spray. Apparently there was a Ferrari behind me this entire time. Where'd that Ferrari come from? No need to save that one. Right, let's have a look for the next. Oh, don't crash, don't crash. Thank you. Okay, so we're looking for Porsche. Porsche. Oh, I've got all these Porsches. Which one was it? That's one, right? Is that the manual or the automatic? I mean, the manual or the flappy paddle? No, not that one. I cannot remember this one. This is the manual. Okay, then I shall certainly like it. Oh, I like that colour. I like that colour. Oh, now, okay, help me pick the colour. Which colour do I go for here as well? That's going to be quite an important one. So, special edition that started... Ah, right, okay. That makes sense. So, I'm tempted between this colour and this colour. I like the green here, but I like the wheels here. So that's the big thing. Let's go for the... I guess let's go for the red. Let's do that. Let's see if I can find Lake Louise. Canada. Here we go. Lake Louise, still have it. 50k free roam. You go for white green. Okay, let's go for white green. There we go. No, we do not want racing. Car specific controls, yet set it to... As you can see, driven in this car. That's how much of 0 kilometers. I have never ever driven this car. At least not since we've had Content Manager. Right, what I'm going to do is I'll set this to like maybe, I don't know, scattered clouds. That will do. And I'm going to set this to quite early in the day, I think, so that we can have a look at shadows and all of those kind of things. Let's see how Lake Louise does, because I've made some... Obviously, I've updated a few things. There's a few new bits and bobs running in the Content Manager, which might help the way this actually works. By the way, when watching the stream, is it quite clear, being 1080p 60 frames per second now? Hopefully that is clear. I did review all packs, so maybe I've just given this a drive and I only ever drove it that one time. Hypercar Road, that will do. Electronics, who needs traction control? ABS I'll leave on. Oh, and I'd like to see the rear wing up. No, wait. Rear wing up or down? Then let's have the rear wing up. Quality's great, brilliant. So I've just been messing around with the settings as well, and since the last stream, I actually got a new laptop, which has allowed me to run it at the higher settings. So let's see if I do that. Let me just go over to time of day. Let's bring it back. Not quite that far, I guess. Let's do that. And just very quickly, I'd just like to quickly see. Yeah, this track doesn't actually get wet, so we cannot really use the rain on this one. The track, yeah, it's not capable of getting wet on the track. Right. And now we get to experience. Let's see what what driving this is like. Whoa, that's rapid. Oh, hang on. Do I have my turning right? I do. I've not driven Lake Louise for a very, very long time. I'll tell you something. The water has changed here. It looks like real water now. That's awesome. The flags are blowing. Okay. And there's some street lighting as well. That's not something I expected. Do we have indicators on this? Maybe. Do we have indicators on this car? No. They haven't got the indicators enabled yet. Oh wait, we're in America, so we drive on this side of the road. We'll just go out for a bit of a cruise. Yep, this has changed. One thing I have got to give Porsche, they know how to make almost all of their cars, most of their cars, they know how to make a good car. I'm not a fan of all Porsches, but they certainly know how to make a good car. Yeah, I'll leave my beams on. So, does this track still have the bear on the side of the road? Because I remember that. Just to point out, remember this is a very old track. This is a 2000 and no, there used to be a bear here, I think. This is a or maybe it's around the next corner. Oh no, there's the bear. Is it a bear or is it a no, yeah, it's a bear. This is a 2015 track, I think. 2016. It hasn't been updated since, so I have no idea where the developer of Lake Louise has gone. But this is what a very old circuit, and it still looks this good. I don't know why. When I'm on a road circuit, I always tend to want to stick to the right side of the road, but probably shouldn't do that. I would have loved to see all these trees updated to the latest versions, to better trees, because that would have allowed this to look absolutely incredible. Same with the mountain textures. If they could have updated those. One thing that seems to be missing. No, there is. Is there grass on the side of the road here? We'll have to have a look. How old is Assetto Corsa at this point? Assetto Corsa came out in 2013. Oh, this looks brilliant. Why have I not driven this car before? This is a nice car. I can't wait to see the tunnels in this. Thank you, there goes YouTube's compression. That's going to make mincemeat of that tunnel. I still remember these roads. I used to drive on this track a lot on stream. Like, a lot. So I think Assetto Corsa 2 is coming out in 2023 they're saying? Is it 2022 they're looking at? I knew it was a good idea to do like a sunrise time for this particular track. Oh, here comes the noise. Complete with tunnel lighting that works fantastically. That used to always be my favourite thing to do. I used to go into that tunnel, into each one of these tunnels, and just gun it from a higher, so I used to go something like this. And there's another tunnel coming up. Yeah, let's shift down. And just floor it through every tunnel. This is a really nice car. It's very agile. It's very responsive. I'm impressed with this car. I'm surprised I've not driven this one more. Oh, the red beacons work on top as well. This is incredible. I've never seen Lake Louise look like this before. Like, that just looks so... I think if the trees were a little bit better, this would be... and maybe slightly better texturing on the ground, this would be realistic. Did that in the tunnel in the Triumph Stag. I need to, when I get my car sorted, I've got to find a few tunnels to do that in. So I've managed to pick out all the parts for my car now. I've got most of them, and some of them are still on order. So I'm looking to get it all sorted out by... oh, this corner's tighter than I thought. Tighter than I remember, should I say. I'm looking to get it all done by August. By the end of August should all be sorted. Reflectors on the crash barriers. Who has been updating this track? Someone must be updating some parts of this track, or the shaders that this track uses. Here we go. Slight jump. Do not get me started on sorting a car. Yours started making an odd noise. Front driver side wheel. Could it be a bushing? Most car guys don't understand the joy. Non-car guys don't understand the joy. I don't know. I think a lot of people understand tunnels. I do think a lot of people understand the tunnels. One thing I've noticed, I've switched off traction control on this car, yet this car still has so much grip. Like, I can floor I can bury the throttle very, very quickly on a car like this, and it just sticks. It's very good. I wasn't expecting that kind of style. No, I just wasn't. I didn't realise that this car had so much rear end grip on it. Oh, here we go. We're coming up to a junction. All right, left or right? The name of this game is Assetto Corsa. It is available on Xbox One, but you're not going to get it looking anything like this, unfortunately. On Xbox One it is also called Assetto Corsa, but it will not look anything like this, I'm afraid. I just saw the right just now when I went left. It's Porsche. It for sure sticks on corner. That it really does. I'm quite impressed with this. I would try and drift it, but I'm really not. I haven't got my wheel set up for drifting at all. So I just end up making a hash of it. I know there's a tunnel coming up. Here we go. And there should be a jump coming up shortly as well, so I've got to be careful. There's a jump coming up here if I remember correctly. So it's going to be left, right, watch this, and here comes the jump. Square it, there we go. I have to give it to the 718 Cayman S. Oops. The 718 Cayman S is I really like that car. Though that being said, I think I need to put this car onto the Nordschleife Challenge. I really think this car needs to go onto the Nordschleife Challenge. Because this is going to score well. I 100% think this is going to score well. Oh, it looks like the sun is coming up somewhere. Between the mountains. There's the lake. See, the 718s, I was... Okay. Eventually I was going to crash. That's where we come from if we do a cut through from the other way. So we're not going to go that way. Which way can we go? See, it just sticks through the corners. It's insane. Like, it's obviously you can over push like I did, but you take it into a corner and you power out, and the car's just like, yeah, I can handle that, no worries. You want some power? Go for it. See, out of that, a lot of cars, you'd get the back end of the car starting to slide. Now, I'll be honest, when I take this onto the Nordschleife Challenge, maybe next week, maybe in a few weeks' time, I think this car is going to end up being near the top on the driver rankings. No idea what it'll do on speed. I tell you what, before we swap to a different car, different track combination, I want to take this car into one more place on this track, because I want to see what it is like up there. Whee. Slide slightly, yep. Just trying to get to do little slides. Used to have an issue with driving in first person. I've done a lot of driving in first person and third person, and I think when I'm playing, if I'm not using my steering wheel, then third person is probably better for me. But if I'm using my steering wheel, I have to drive in first person. Let's see what this car can do up this hill. I'm fairly sure this car is not designed to go up here, but there we go. Crow's Nest, I have no idea where that is. I'm just going up the hill. I have genuinely no idea where that is. There is another track I'd like to actually show. If we're showing tracks like this, I'd like to show you guys LA Canyons. Well worth a download, and probably worth donating to the guy. Hi, deer? They weren't moose. Going up the mountain. Oh, it's crazy. This car is just... It's just like, yeah, going up this mountain. Yeah, it's struggling to grip in places because of how bumpy it is, but it's nowhere near as bad as I thought it would be. Oh, I'm on it. Okay, well, I'm here. There you go. Whoa. This is really good for a car like this. This is a good show of its dynamics. And into one of those tunnels. I feel like the reverb sounds a little bit lower than it used to be. I'm not sure why. Should there not be a section with snow up here coming up? I'm not entirely sure. ETS2 in first person is amazingly good. I do everything in first person, but that's because I use head tracking on ETS2, so I can even look out the window quite relatively easily. And it just works. Head tracking in ETS2. I was considering doing an ETS2 stream at some point, but I've got some videos lined up because I think ETS2 would be an interesting stream to do. A little less concentration required on driving up this track. Oh dear. Because of that. Little less concentration, or a lot less concentration required driving up this driving in ETS2 than this. That being said, with the realistic handling, sorry, not realistic handling, realistic physics and the realistic traffic, if you've watched my last couple of videos, you'll notice that you do have to be kind of on it. But ETS2 is a brilliant. That, like Assetto Corsa, ETS2 is one of those titles. Oh, okay, I'm jumping for some reason. ETS2 is one of those titles in which you just drive, and you can just keep going for ages. It's really nice. I usually do multiplayer. VR, unfortunately, I do not have a VR headset. Perhaps someday, if I get enough, Patreon support or donations, or have a job that pays really well, or end up doing this full time, or save up for a while, which obviously I need to do. Then I might actually invest in a VR headset. First off, I'd really like to get myself a 3080 Ti, sorry, 3080, not 3080 Ti, 3070 at the very least. I'd really like to get that, and because getting those is going to be quite helpful, I think, for VR. Also, you'll notice something here: shadows being cast. So anything that is a solid object, it seems, will cast a shadow onto things behind it, and that's something else that just adds to the realism of this. Right, coming down near the bottom again. So if you want to set up your next car, we can do 1 or 2 more cars. I'm probably looking at about half an hour more of streaming tonight. Obviously I'm not used to streaming and talking for 2 hours straight and all of that kind of stuff. Let's go this way. Where on earth are we? It's weird considering Oh, okay, this is really bad roads. What on earth? What happened? Did Canada run out of money here or something? I expect a sign at the bottom saying sorry. Indeed, Major Magna and I know each other from 2008? Something like that? Maybe early 2009. There we go. Right. Oh, I absolutely love modding every single thing I can. Obviously that leads to disasters. You can just ask on Discord. You can ask Xia or Jake or anything about that. They know what my... let's park it up here. Look at that. Did you see that parking? I want to show you that parking. Look... no. Look at that parking. Now tell me that stopping it perfectly like that, skills. Not really. Not bad at all. I'm curious to see how this car would look. I guess just like that. That just looks like a perfect... not quite perfect. Needs to do a slight amount like that, and then there, and then no, not quite. There you go. Totally intentional. Inches close, yep. Oh, look at that screenshot right there. That's good. Right. Obviously we have the tunnels. I need to do the tunnels. Before we move on, I have to get the tunnels in. So tunnel should be coming up. Here we go, there's one tunnel. Which tunnel do I want though? This tunnel, or we have another tunnel, right? No, we're well past the tunnels. Right. We have to have some sort of a tunnel shot. Oh, the reverb is incredible out of first person. I'll show you a. I've forgotten how to get the camera to stay exactly where it is. The reverb is incredible outside of first person. How do I want to take this shot? That could work. But it's not very. It's not exactly the way I'd like it to be. What's that other tunnel? I need to get a better tunnel here. Maybe if I do that and then try and do more of a shot like that, a bit closer, a bit higher up. Again, I'm not going to spend too much time on these because obviously that isn't what we're here to do. But I do want to of course show the reverb, so we will make a point of the reverb. That's not too bad. That is not too bad. Right, let me go back and show you let's listen to that reverb. There's your reverb. Because obviously you're in the car, so things are muted, so you're not going to hear it quite as well, unfortunately. Right, I'll save that. I might actually come back for a few more pictures. Let's see what else we've got. Apparently I did a 1 minute 40. Don't ask. So pick a car. We'll pick a street car. And I want to show you a different track as probably the last thing I'll do in this stream today. And let's see what we've got available to us. It's a shame my car's not in here. Real shame. I would very much have liked to see my car in here. But I mean, we've got Miata. I don't know about the Miata. It's a bit slow. My car, Focus ST225. The petrol drinker. I mean, let's see. We'll go for a Mazda. We'll go for a Mazda since a Mazda was asked. But why don't we pick this? Yeah, why don't we pick this one? Bit more power. This bit more power. A lot more power. Quite. I would like that. Apart from the fact that it just says Assetto Corsa, it just doesn't really work all too well. It's between that and that. do we want the go faster stripes, or do we want the no go faster stripes? That is the question. Yeah, I remember your Skoda. It's your second one, right? Yeah, I remember your first one. Let's do this with no go faster stripes. Depends on how fast. Well, we can't go too fast since we are going to Japan, and I think this is what. Oh, I don't know where we're supposed to start. I'll start here. And what I will do is I just need to check the apps here. Do we have... That's the weather app. I thought there was the planner app. Rally Stripes for the win. I thought there was a planner app on this. I don't know where that planner app is. Because then we could have just changed the weather as and when we wanted to, or we just have it change on our whim. But it's fine. It's fine. We'll do that. We'll do that. Let's have. Oh, I don't know, some drizzle, a light thunderstorm. Let's do a light thunderstorm. I think that will look interesting, and we'll mess around with the time of day. At a later point. So let's do that, and we'll run this for a little bit. Then I will, since I've been doing this for almost 2 hours straight, I'll probably take a 5-minute break or so, shortly, maybe in 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then I'll see. Either I'll end the stream at 2200 hours, or I'll take a short break and come back and then do another half hour, 45 minutes, depending on what people want to see. Ooh, that's interesting. My computer temperature spiked up there. Very interesting. I suppose it's just loading in the map. So, oh, I forgot to put the rally stripes on. Oh, I'm an idiot. I'm guessing we do. Oh no, we can start here, I guess. Where are we? There we are. So unfortunately, a few things on this that do not work at this point in time, and that is... So a few things that do not work on this is we do not have the wet ground effect, but we do have some rain, as you can see. So let's go ahead and go for a drive. Switch on the lights. Oh, we've got a full set of working lights, by the way. I'll just show you this if we go outside. As you can see, we have a full set of working lights. So we've got our side lights, or our headlights, don't have side lights. We have that's a handbrake. We also have beams, and we have indicators and hazard lights, and that's both front and back. This is what I mean. Assetto Corsa, you've got this, and it's just like, how is this that something that has become Assetto Corsa now? So there you go. Right, don't need the beams, but let's go for a drive. Oh, frame lag. Bit of frame lag there. It seems to have cleared itself up. You might hear the thunderstorm. You might see the thunderstorm. And welcome to Tokyo Expressway or something. And I absolutely love this track. This track is so cool. I cannot read Japanese at all, I'm afraid, but this track is so cool, and so is the lightning. Why it's going across, I'm not entirely sure why the forks are going across. I know they do in real life as well, but that was two that I saw going across, which was slightly uncommon. Assetto Corsa, who would have thought it? And if you guys want to see Assetto Corsa in its absolute ultimate state, you have to watch Boosted Media's video. Is it Boosted Media? Boosted Media. You have got to watch a video where they've got this virtual cockpit. They've got it set up in such a way that you've got these Philips lights that take what is on the screen and then project it onto the person as well, so it just looks like it's real life. It's almost indistinguishable from real life for the person as well. It's just absolutely crazy. This reminds me so much of Special Stage Routes. 5 gears only. A bit of sheet lightning there. Yes, I did just indicate. Do not ask why. It's a habit. Now all I've got to do is I just have to remember where this falls. Whenever you go on a motorway in your car, you keep looking for a 6th gear. I'm really good with, I'll be honest, I'm really good with gears. Once I know how many gears a car has got, I'm really good with it. I do not make mistakes. Well, I've yet to make a mistake on looking for another gear in a car, or looking for the wrong gear in a car, should I say? So this is really cool. Slight stuttering, but I mean, what I'm asking this to do, I'm really pushing it here. Like this is really pushing it. But I'm very good with gearing, especially the one that the reason being is that it's reverse gear. I always worry about the reverse gears, so I always first of all check where is the reverse gear. That was a loud thunderclap. I'll look for the reverse gear and then I'll work my way from there. Because obviously knowing some have reverse gear where 6th gear is on some cars, some have reverse gears some have reverse gears where it's not first but it goes across from first, so you've got that. No, gotta go this way. Oh, this is stuttering quite badly today. I've never really experienced the stutter. I guess I've never done I've never had to do we're not going that way. I've never had to do this in a thunderstorm. I've never tried it in a thunderstorm. I'm wondering if that is what is catching it out. It's all the lighting, the thunderclaps and everything like that, all causing problems on here. I think this is a track you were after, Ace Pumpkin, right? Oh wait, I'm not the one having to indicate onto this road. My right of way. Should we clear up the weather whistle? Maybe a good idea to. Your reverse is on the other end. So in my car, my reverse gear is from first. You have to go across from first with my car. Another car I know it's across from sixth, so you go down from sixth. In some cars you've got the button that you need to press. Some cars you've got the little thing that you have to lift. So there's loads of different things in there. Right, one of these is wrong. I think we cannot go that way. It disappears. I think. So if we went right there, it would have gone. They've really improved the reflections on this map. But oh boy, is it stuttering. The thunder. Okay, I'm going this way then. Oh, it's really stuttering now. But still, Assetto Corsa. Who would have thought? Who would have thought that this... Just look at this. You have to push your gear... Ah, okay, so you've got to do that. Looks like there isn't enough rain here to really warrant much in the way of wipers. So I can see perfectly fine without them. Though I should probably change the... I need to find a place to stop here. Right here will do. Let's just stop. I also have handbrakes in this car. Let's change out the weather. No clouds is that. Do that, and then let's see what else do we have. Oh, that's frightening. Thunderstorm, light thunderstorm, rain, heavy rain. That's pretty bad weather. We should do that in the daytime. That's horrific weather. Where's my... Is that the fastest wipers I've got? That is as well. The thing is, I have driven in this kind of weather before. Yeah, I have driven in this sort of weather. Okay, I think that's enough. That's enough of that. Let's see, what time is it? So I'm just thinking whether I should... Right, let's get back to this and get rid of that. It's going to go back to a thunderstorm. It doesn't really matter to me. Let's go back to the replay. I don't think this has a... Yeah, it's only here. Might get some interesting screenshots on that later. I'm not going to do that now. I'm just thinking... okay. Would you guys like to see more? There's a question. Would you guys like me to go on, for example, for another until half past the hour? Or we're good for ending in 10 minutes. If so, I need to take a quick break and then come back and do some more streaming. So how long have I been at it for? I have no idea. 2 hours almost? Yeah, nearly 2 hours. So let me know, what do you guys think? What I can do is, whilst I'm taking a break, I can put a replay on or of something. Let's see, there's four viewers. Let's see what. Although I don't know who's actually talking at the moment. Just Major Magna. So let's see. I'll give it a minute or so whilst I'm looking through this. Thanks for streaming. Okay, it seems like we're good to end at 10. So what we'll do is to end this, because I always like ending like this. We're going Formula 1 for 10 minutes. And we're going to Silverstone, Formula 1, Ferrari, F2004. That will do. Is that the right F2004? Actually, no. There's another one. All right. Well, have a good evening, Ace Pumpkin, and thank you for joining. F2004. This one. Does this have it? It does. There we go. I like this one. We'll do this. We will do a few clouds. That looks good. Time of day perhaps needs a bit of work. And let's watch me mess this up for about 10 minutes before we finish. That's also really loud. There we go. Soft compound, why not? Crank the fuel right the way down, because again, why not? That looks good to me. Traction control. I remember higher. Yeah, higher is this is Assetto Corsa. Higher means lower. Don't ask why. We'll have a smidge of traction control. That looks good to me. Let's see what happens. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the stream overall. If you have, of course, please make sure that you do like this, hit the like button on the stream. I think they have like buttons on streams, and obviously subscribe to the channel. If this is the first time you've been on, I guess most of you would have probably seen the channel before. Leave comments, but you guys have been chatting, so sharing would be great. I saw Major Magna, I saw you share on Twitter. I really appreciate that. That was really nice. And we'll see. I might try and do this every couple of weeks to start with. Although again, maybe not Assetto Corsa. I'm thinking maybe Euro Truck Simulator. Although I'm just considering, what about Train Simulator or Train Sim World? That could do an interesting. That could certainly be interesting. Oh, awesome! Thank you very much. I'm not. One thing I'm terrible at, and this is definitely my own failing, is self-promotion. I really am horrific at self-promotion. Forgot how much I like. Oh, okay. I forgot how much I like these cars. I also forgot how easy they are for the car to go sideways when you're on the non-sticky stuff. That's what I meant, by the way, about sudden loss of grip to do aquaplaning. That would be an interesting way to do it. That was a massive cut. Into rights 5, don't cut. I could do. There's no way I could do Dirt's Rally on this, on the stream. I really like this car, always have. Looking at 1 minute 34s, which is rubbish. I'm fairly sure I'm capable of bringing this car into the 1 minute 30s, but it's fine. For now. We're only doing this for a couple more minutes and then stream over for this point in time. Down onto the Hanger Straight. Let me guess. You need to concentrate so much that you wouldn't talk or read chat. I don't know. The thing is, I think it's not so much about having to concentrate so much on things. I think it's also just the fact that I'd be talking and then, I'd be talking and then you'd have the co-driver talking. And then I'd be trying to process that. Obviously we're reading chat, and then you'd have... Oh, that was a really bad lockup. You'd also have the engine noises, and then you'd have the crashing noises, and then you'd have the noises from the steering wheel, and I think there'd just be too much in the way of sound. I'm sure I've done it once before, and it really did not go well. For me to listen to the co-driver and still talk, it is absolutely fine. It's something I've done before, and I'm not uncomfortable with that. I can certainly talk and listen at the same time. Reading chat would perhaps be something that is not doable between stages anyway. .4 of a second down, that's just poor. That's just really poor. Should have changed the gearing on this car. I've got a feeling the gearing is wrong. Oh look, straight into the 131s. That was pretty good. Especially given what happened at this corner. You're back. Italy beat Belgium. You're back just as we're going to be finishing off the stream. We're going to look at ending. We had some interesting driving. The sound of the F2004 brought you back. I'm shocked that I'm able to drive this car as fast as I am. I am actually shocked I'm driving this car as fast as I am whilst talking. I'm not having any real difficulty doing it. I was going to expect myself to struggle quite a significant amount, but here I am. 130.5. I know Silverstone really well. That is true. That is very true. Silverstone, Spa, Nordschleife, tracks like that I do know really quite well. Silverstone and Donington being the only two I've ever been to in real life. But yes, I think it's about time to end up the stream, but I'm actually quite happy with how this is going. I kind of want to bring this into the 129s. The reason being, the last time I did this, I didn't have a... Oh, why did I do that? Why did I break for that? The last time I did this, was a long time ago, and I didn't have a proper seat. So now I have a proper seat to do this on. But I didn't have a proper seat, and my steering wheel would wobble a little bit because of the stand that it was on. And now I have a better seat, and I think last time I got a 1 minute 30.5 or something, and now I'm on a 1 minute 30.1, knowing I can go a lot faster than I actually have. And that's interesting to me. The fact that maybe changing my seat, having a better seat and having a more stable rig has actually in some way improved my lap times, because it's improved. I'm not having to worry so much about my wheel moving or my seats being pushed back or anything like that, and that is different. Everything just feels more natural to do. So if I get below 1 minute 30, I'll be rather happy with this ending. One minute 29.75. So that was how many laps? 7 laps. First time in a very long time, and I was in a 29.75. I think that's pretty good. If we just go to the replay, I guess that's a good place on which to end as well. So thank you very much for watching. This is now past 10 o'clock. So I am going to be ending this stream here today after 2 hours. For everybody who has been watching, tuning in, even for a short period of time, I really do appreciate it. And if you're new to the channel, do get subscribed. If you're not, well, don't get subscribed obviously, but you can find me. You'll find a bunch of links in the description box for supporting me, either donations, Patreon, or just following me on social media. That would be awesome. I might post up a few pictures from this on there. And then we'll see what we can do. I'm really glad that the 60 frames per second 1080p is working out really well. Just looking at my laptop, my laptop seems to be running at 13% on CPU, and it says 0 dropped frames through the entire stream. So I'm quite happy with that. Chris, nice of you to pop in. I don't know if you've just joined just now, so it would be a shame, because I think it was a really good stream overall. Leo, you are welcome. Major Magna, it definitely was a good one. Dan, it most certainly was. Ace Pumpkin, see you next time, most certainly, and have a good night. And for everybody else, I think I'm just going to check. The only one thing I will say about this is that having a look for myself at the stream, now I'm looking at the stream itself, the colours seem off. That's the only thing I'm going to say. What I can see is far more colourful than I think what I can see is far more colourful than what you can see. A lot more vibrant. So the reds that you're seeing are a lot duller than the reds I am seeing. which is strange. Yeah, Chris, it's a shame, but perhaps next time you'll be able to join a little bit earlier, or I'll be able to stream a little bit later. It's very bright on your side. Maybe it's just my laptop then. Maybe my laptop is not showing me the colours that I'm... Because, I mean, I can see reds and everything like that, but everything looks a lot more vibrant on... In fact, the only way I can really do this, I'll be able to show you guys actually on Patreon if I can get the right picture here. I'll be able to show you. I'll post this up on Patreon after. So if I can get a close-up. So I've got that, and then there we go. Right, I'll be able to show you guys what I mean with the different colours. Anyway, as I said, that is all from me. I need to try and figure out how to do a nicer outro, to be honest, because on the end screen it will lose the audio for this, I think. So that is all from me, and I will see you guys next time on stream or in another video, because I most certainly have plenty of them on my channel.